Good evening everyone, Crazy Russian 86 here, welcome back to another video. I've been kind of coughing a little bit lately. I don't know if I caught COVID again or not, but anyway. Without further ado guys, I watched the video of Life Was Overrated 96 about universal basic income. He was talking about that if he were to get like 2 or 3 grand for free, he wouldn't quit the job, and he thinks that a lot of people would do the same thing, because if you get free money, why would you want to work? And that's not good for the businesses. He said that if that would have happened, then all the stores and other places would close up, because nobody would want to work, because people hate their jobs anyway. And he said that jobs are suck, you know, everybody is bickering, arguing, hating each other, and that doesn't have to be that way like that. Well, you know, people been thinking that because there is something wrong with me, I'm the root of all evil. A lot of people think that, or thought that at least, or there are some people who want to think like that for certain reasons, which I don't give a fuck about. But I don't care. I mean, yeah, it's always been like that. This world is just messed up, you know. But then you know, when you grow up, you realize that whatever you've been taught, it's all bullshit. All the purpose of this life is just to work. We really living to work, to produce something, to do something. And it's constant struggle. And the end is never good. Because you think about it, right? Nobody in this life have a happy ending. Some people die in infancy. Some people die in freaking cold blood or get shot. If you escape from all of that, you're not gonna live a good life. You're just gonna be a peon who would be living in a good condition so you can work as long as you can, and then you live till your 80s and 90s, and you're gonna die in your old age anyway. You're gonna lose your strength and everything with age, and it's not gonna be a happy ending either. So in a nutshell, this life will never gonna have a happy ending. And it seems kind of pointless. You just work your ass off. And if you don't work, there's no point of this life, really. If you don't work, you just get bored. You don't want to do nothing. Life Was Overrated 96. Maybe you think that, you know, if you don't have a job and you get like 2 or 3 grand for free, then you can just, you know, enjoy your life and do your hobbies and this and that. Well, maybe if you do that, maybe your life will get boring, who knows. You don't know what the alternative is. You think that the way you live your life is bad because you have to work and deal with a bunch of assholes. But you don't know what's on the other side. You don't know if you were to get all this free money, if your life would be good and happy. You just think that. Maybe the first couple months, yeah, you would enjoy it, and then you'll be like, what I'm gonna be doing with myself? I need to do something. In my case, I think that if I were to get like 2 or 3 grand for free for doing nothing, which honestly right now I'm kind of getting a little bit less money for doing nothing, or I'm working very easy job, but at the same time it's psychologically hard because people are trying to see what's wrong with me, what's up with me, which it's just their interest, but I don't give a fuck about that. I just don't do what I want. I don't care about, you know, what other people want really. But it just, like I said, sometimes, like Jean-Paul Sartre said, hell is others. you think that being a loner is a bad thing, being a weird guy is a bad thing, unless you see what's up. Then you realize that it's good to be alone by myself. At least nobody's fucking with you and telling you nothing. Because everybody have their own requirements, their own ideas. And all our ideas about how things should be, how to live your life, they're different. As a matter of fact, people are talking about freedom. Like yesterday, you know, I started going to synagogue, even though I'm not very religious, but you know, I'm getting paid, that's why I'm doing it, and that's where I'm going now. I know it's too much information, but it's pretty interesting. But I don't regret it, because I hear a lot of stuff. So there was one guy, I don't know who is he, maybe a rabbi, successful Jew, you know, he seems to be a smart guy. And he's been saying that in America we have a lot of freedoms, but we need to follow the law. Well, the life is overrated. This is where I actually agree with you. You know, like, how can you be free if you follow the law, which is created by somebody else? You're not free. You're actually a slave, because you have to follow the law. You have no right to figure out for yourself if that law applies to you or not. You have no right to figure out for yourself whether you want to follow the law or not. You don't even have a right sometimes. Nobody is even, you know, providing you the answers, like, why should you follow this law? And sometimes they do, but sometimes, you know, nobody is even asking you, you know, whether that law works for you. No. You just have to do it, that's it. No questions asked. And if you don't do it the way people want you to, they want to take your freedoms away from you. So really, freedom don't exist, you know? Freedom don't exist. And if you really want freedom, if you want to really live your life how you want to, a lot of people may have problem with you. So they're gonna try to shut you down. Because you want to do what you want, and you want to be really free, the way you think life should be. So see, and as a matter of fact, if you're really trying to be free, everybody's gonna hate you. So there's no such thing as freedom. Because your freedom, people don't like your freedom. They really don't. They want you to be like them. And if you're not, then you're always gonna be an outcast. So it's all about like a tribal identity, if you will, you know. Just like Renegade #1 said, what is normal? Normal is common. Normal is not good, normal is not bad, normal is common. So even if you're good, and you're doing the right thing, and you're doing the good thing, people still gonna hate you, people still gonna say that you're weird, they're not gonna like you, not because you're wrong, or you're doing something wrong. You may be right, but because you don't live your life like the majority of people do, you're gonna be always a bad guy. And majority is always wrong, so you know. And here's a contradiction what the life is and what you've been taught in school. And in school you've been taught, if you do good things gonna happen to you. Bunch of bullshit. First of all, what does it mean good? What are the good things happening to you? When you realize that what life was all about, it's really like a huge failure, you know? You just work hard, and you work hard, and you work hard. It's like a rat race, and when you're done with it, you get old and you die. So no matter what, nobody have a happy ending. That's why we have, I guess, anti-natalists who say, you know what, if life was a rat race, why do I want to have a next generation of people who would be just living this life in the rat race. What's the point of it? And a lot of times, in order for people to have some meaning in their lives, they get into religion, other things. They are looking for meaning. That's why people get into religion. But then again, all of this shit is fake. It really is fake. But there is another good thing which I like. There was talking about one guy. And I like what his views on religion. And I agree with that. He said that, I don't know if God exists or not, but whatever higher power exists, I want to have a good relationship with that higher power. And this is what called karma. So that Jewish guy, whose memory was yesterday, he really had the right views. And he was a Jew, he married a non-Jewish woman, and she really liked the guy. And I'm thinking, like, didn't know that guy who he was some kind of businessman. But he got it all correct. He said, I don't know if God exists or not, but I believe in karma, and I know that it works, pretty much. And I agree with him on that one. I don't agree with the order and freedom part, because, you know, it's not freedom. Freedom doesn't exist. You just have to follow the order, simply because if you don't, there's going to be consequences. But then again, it's not freedom, because this is an order prescribed to you, which you have to blindly follow, whether you agree with it or not. So that's not freedom. As a matter of fact, I think this is kind of slavery. But you see, you have to be a slave in order to live a good life. Because if you really want to do whatever the fuck you want, you're going to have a difficult life, you know? And you're going to be hated by everyone. Because life is not about doing what you want and being free. It's about being conformist. And if you're free, it's like the opposite of being conformist, so your life is going to be difficult. But then if your life is going to be easy, you're going to be bored, you're going to hate it. See? So in some ways, it's like we don't really want an easy life. We think that we do, but we really don't. So that's the truth of it. We don't really want what we think we want in life. Get my mask here this time. I feel like I actually need it. I'm not been wearing mask that often, but I feel like I need it this time. And also, I've been using those a lot. The cough drops. Where's my mask at? See, there is an N95. I don't really want to wear that. It's too hard. I also have different masks, but I don't know where did I put them. I see. It's on the back seat. So and a lot of times being free means being always alone. And a lot of people think that it's a curse. I felt that too when I was younger. Now I understand it's actually a blessing. Because then you're an owner of your own life. And a lot of times being of the part of the group takes away the ownership, because it's like you have to do things that you know which makes you fit in, so it's like a tribal thing, you know. And I don't have this tribal in me, because the way I lived my life, the way I was born, the way I was raised, the way I lived, I'm like very individualistic. Even though I grew up in more like traditional society in Russia in some ways, but the way I was brought up, it's like always by myself, so kind of individualism actually goes well with me in a way. And I'm kind of happy about it because this is true freedom. Running with other people and just like saying, yes, I agree. Just like, you know, you go on any kind of cult leadership, any kind of group. You say, oh, we want this. We care about other people. And everybody just like put the comments, oh yeah, I agree, you're so great, you're so awesome. Just like bunch of fucking puppets running around. That's all it is. And there is a leader, and everybody's like, yeah, we good, they're bad. You know what life is all about. It's just like freaking game without any happy ending. It doesn't have to be like that, but that's why it's always good to think about there is something after this. Because if this is it, then life is freaking horrible, because no matter what you do, you only feel good in between, but life always ends badly for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter what you are, the ending is always horrible. So, but anyway, guys, I'm about to do something. That was my video response to Life is Overrated 96. Like I said, it's good to have free money, and you're right, it's not good for the businesses, but you think that if you're not gonna work, you're just gonna go to gym and focus on your hobbies and get all this free stuff, your life would be good. It may get boring after a little bit, but it's still gonna be good for you, because you know, you will know that if you don't like something, you can say fuck you to your boss and you're not gonna care, because you're gonna know that you're still gonna leave. So that's a kind of a safety margin for the life. But then again, who knows? You think that it's gonna be a good life, but maybe you're not gonna like it. Maybe you'll get bored and you're gonna be like, well, now I want to have 2 jobs again.